Dear devotees and friends, the Sunday morning we'll be studying the Yoga Vasishtha. Yesterday morning, the first Saturday, under the auspices of the Hindu temple of Lemont, we have started read that Narada Bhakti Sutra. The Narada was leading us towards the God, towards the Supreme, through the path of devotion. Today, we will be following the footsteps of the Guru Vasishtha, and he will lead us through the path of knowledge, jnana. So, this is the uniqueness. So, we can go through the path of devotion, we can go through the path of knowledge. It may be that with form and without form, there is no problem. Only we have to reach to the goal. Today we will concentrate, we will study the Yoga Vasishtha, and we begin with this stotra. Dikaladi anavachinna ananta chinmatra murtaye svanubhuti ekamanaya namah shantaya tejase. I salute the Supreme Brahman, who is beyond all qualities. He is tranquil, above all limitations, the embodiment of infinite consciousness, and can be known only through the proof of one's own experience. Now, the last we have discussed, the Guru Vasishtha is telling Sarvam Brahma iti yasya anta bhavana sa vimuktida. Very simple. Everything is nothing but the Brahman, the consciousness. When one can think in that way, then he is completely free, muktida. Now, baddha and mukta is a bound and liberated. The most of the people, they not having any idea about the Indian philosophy, they'll be thinking the confusion. Even among the Hindus, the people are confused. What is this bind and what is this bondage and what is this liberation? The bondage is a desire that drags us towards the worldly things. Liberation, exactly opposite to that. And how it is possible? When you know that all this thing that we see and accept as world, including my body and mind, are all temporary, are just like the miracles. It's not true. So, when we understand that, and we understand everything has come from the consciousness, sustaining on the consciousness, and will merge ultimately when the knowledge will dawn in the consciousness. We can give the example like this. There was a tree and it was dark, almost dark. A little twilight is there. Then one person alone, he was crossing, he heard that there is a ghost always living on that particular tree. Because of that conception, because he heard like that, he started imagining the ghost on that tree. And he felt that the ghost is not only there, it's sitting on the branch of a tree and beckoning him to come near to him, to the ghost. And he became terrified and he shouted for help. Hearing his cry, the people around from that village, they came and then they told what happened. He narrated, the ghost is calling me. The ghost? What is there? Let us go and see. So many people, and with that the flashlights, they all went over there, torches were there, it was all lighted, nothing, the simple tree. Where is the ghost? Then this man, oh, it may be my imagination. So everything happened through imagination. There was a tree, of course, and then he heard that there is a ghost, and there is a world, of course, and we have heard that If you become someone in the society, a leader of the society, then people will appreciate you, you will have a lot of money, you will have a lot of comfort and a lot of respect and all these things. And that generates the desire, the idea. Then we throw which is true, which is consciousness on that, all these imaginations, and we suffer, sometimes enjoy. Then ultimately the Guru comes and says, why you are crying? Kim rodasi sake tui sarva shakti. In Sanskrit they always inspire, why you are crying, my friend? You are the power, you have imagined this, now you are suffering, just think it is not there, then it won't be there. This is in gist the whole of Vedanta. That is exactly what the Guru Vasishtha is trying to tell the young Sri Ramachandra. And he is telling Sarvam Brahma iti, everything is nothing but the consciousness. Yasya anta bhavana, one who can think in this way, sa bimuktida, he is completely free. Bheda buddhi aviddhayang. Avidya means nescience, wrong knowledge. The Bheda buddhi, it is different, that is different, all these differences are coming. Sarvatha tam parityajya. It is better to give away all that. Sarvatha tam parityajya. Now this world is illusory, Shankaracharya is telling. This world is completely temporary. It is avidya, it is nescience, it is wrong science, but he debated and debated so ferociously with the Buddhist. Because in those days, the Buddhism, the conception of Buddhism was spreading all over the society, Indian society. And it spread, it crossed the border of India and reached to far away countries too. Then Shankaracharya, he saw that that is a wrong conception and the people are not understanding the religion, and that is Vedanta. So he then once again took up the cause and debated. Now we can ask question. If Shankara, a Vedantin, is considering this world completely temporary, completely nowhere, then why he had to fight like that? Why the Sri Ramakrishna, who himself said, this world is nowhere, you are imagining. He said, if this world was true, I would have covered my birthplace, that village, with gold. Why then he had to go to house, people to people, place to place to establish the religion? Why the God Krishna has taken the human form to establish Dharma if this world is temporary? This is a very good question. But we have to understand, majority of the people are not in that condition. When a person got the knowledge, for him the school, the blackboard, the teacher are not necessary. But as long as there are children, as long as students are there, we cannot leave them over there as ignorant people. So teachers are necessary, schools are necessary, classrooms are necessary, books are necessary, everything are necessary, but until it gets the knowledge. The moment they are graduating from there, then there is no question. This we have to understand. The same way we are studying Vedanta. Who is studying? One who has not yet realized. And the problem is you have to realize yourself. The books, the scriptures, the guru, your friends, all can help you to study, help you to go forward, but it is depending on you. In Shankaracharya, in his Vivek Chudamani, he mentioned, Adhikarinam ashaste phala siddhi visheshataha. It depends on the adhikari. Adhikari means the student. If the adhikari is weak, he is very much. Now, so many students are going to the school. A few are successful, majority, they somehow they pass from that and that much. They cannot go to the university. Why? The same type school, same teacher, same type of education, then why they could not? Because it depends on the capacity. Obviously, it depends on the adhikari, the student, the capacity of the person. Here, the question was, if the world is temporary, why the great teachers, including the Vasishtha, is trying to establish the truth? Because it is Ramachandra who was young, who was not having that capacity to understand the truth. So it was necessary. Once he realizes, then it is not. So this we have to understand. Vyavaharika, Paramarthika, two Sanskrit words they use. Vyavaharika and Paramarthika. Vyavaharika means practical. Paramarthika is the ultimate truth. Each and every soul is nothing but God. That applies to the tiger also. Tiger is also God. I am also God. So shall I go and say, hey, we are brothers? Tiger will be so happy if I go and say that. Oh, yes, yes, you are my best fast breakfast. Good, very good, come. We have to understand the situation, and then only the beautiful stories are there to explain all these questions. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna told parables of Sri Ramakrishna. If you are interested, you can read that. So many ways Sri Ramakrishna told the stories as if to telling to the children. But that is the unique teaching that he is giving to the stories. Here in the 7th chapter, the 15th verse, the last verse, he is concluding, Guru is concluding, Sarvam Brahma iti. Everything is nothing but consciousness. Yasya anta bhavana. One who can understand that, think that, sabhimuktida, he is completely free. Otherwise, Veda Buddhi, when you think too, the duality, separate, abiddhayam, that is ignorance, that is nescience, sarvatha tam parityajya. O Rama, O my dear student, try to give away that thought that so many other things are there. Whatever you see is nothing but that consciousness. Now, 3 types of instructions we find over here. Particularly in the Bhagavad Gita, we find 3 types of instructions. First is instruction giving to a friend. That is very mild and almost like suggesting. Oh, this is the suggestion. If you like, you can do it. There is a friendly. As a brother, more closely, more affectionately, and with a persuasive mode, and that also. But when the Guru teaches, he is decisive. You must do it. You should not do that. So this is the Guru's teaching. So the teaching also, the instructions also 3 types. Teachers are also 3 types. One is Shiksha Guru, one who teaches how to grow. Then they will be teaching the alphabets, then the maths, then slowly how to earn money. The different type of teachings are there. They are also Guru, Shiksha Guru. The mother, father, the seniors, teachers, they are all Shiksha Guru. Then come Vidya Guru, the teaching how to earn and all that. Then Diksha Guru, guiding towards the supreme goal. That's why the Diksha Guru, the spiritual gurus, the spiritual instructors, they are highly respected. And there is another type of Guru, Jagat Guru. They are the incarnations of God. Now friends, true analysis reveals that only Atman, which is the nature of consciousness, is existing and nothing else. True analysis. The true analysis means always the Vedantin will take you to the avastha traya vichara. Avastha traya vichara. Traya means three, avastha condition, vichara means analysis. The three condition when we analyze. So what are the three conditions? Again, Jagrat, Swapna, Susupti. This is awakening state, waking state, and dreaming stage, and dreamless sleep stage, deep sleep stage. Why the Vedantin use this? Because it is so easy to understand. Because every day, everyone, right from the child up to the grown-up person, our experience is these three. So when we are awakened, we know mind and body are alert and we are listening, we are all this. Then when you are sleeping, there's a mind is there, but not the body. The body is inert, but the mind is working. There we find, when you are analyzing, at the time of my Jagrat condition, waking condition, the world was there. Friends were there, enemies were there, different challenging conditions were there, happy moments were there. So all those same things are there in my dream too. When the body is absent, my mind is dreaming the same way, isn't it? Each and every one experiencing that. We suddenly forget. Otherwise, if you remember, you have experienced all those, sometimes happiness, sometimes misery, sometimes appreciation, sometimes insult, sometimes friends, each and everything as we experience in our waking stage, in the dream. That means, it proves that when the body is not there, I survive. And I survive with the whole world around. This is the second stage. Up to this, it is okay. One is body, another is mind. When the body and mind combine, we know. When the body is absent but the mind is active, we know. Third stage, when the mind is also absent, because we don't see dream, but we sleep, and we record that condition too, and come back to my consciousness as if, and say, oh, I had a wonderful sleep, sound sleep, without any dream. Mind was resting over there. Now the question is, who was there? Body was not there, mind was not there, then who was there? Who came back very happy? Because there was no actions. So 2, 3 experiences. First, if the mind is tranquil, if the mind is not active, we get joy. That is the experience. Second, beyond mind, there is something about which we are not aware, but it is there. And Vedantin will tell you, introduce consciousness. That is the consciousness. That is called the prana, that is the consciousness. So when you come back, so it is telling in that way, now everything is nothing but the consciousness. And because of the consciousness, we are surviving, we are experiencing. Now let us think of the extreme. When you die, what happened? Our body is there, but something which is absent, for which they burn our bodies or bury our bodies. So the body is not important. There's inside the body, there's a subtle thing, part is there, that is mind. The mind is also inert. That at the back of the mind, there's another subtlest thing is there, that is consciousness. So that's why the true analysis will take us to the conclusion that there is consciousness. We do not touch it, we can't see it, but we can feel it, it is there. That is the consciousness. Due to the influence of Maya, that which is the Atman truly existing gets covered. And surprisingly, that which is not there at all anywhere become important for the deluded person. This is also our experience. It's not somebody coming down from the heaven and instructing us. We are noting down and then telling whether understand it or not. Not like that. It's our daily experience. Those people who are driving on the highways, the freeways, and particularly in the noontime, the drivers, they always experience the water on the road. And not only that, ripples on that water. But when they reach to that particular point, there is no water at all. There is no water. Again, they see in the distance, each and every one. It is a common experience, but at the same time, we don't understand how it is happening. That means the original road is covered. We don't see that road. Then on that road, we see the water. Who is seeing me? How I am imagining. The driver imagining, and very peculiarly, it is not my only experience. Everyone driving through that road, they experience. That means there is a common. So we cover. Why? So the same way they will say, consciousness is there as the road is there. We are covering the consciousness as the driver is covering the road. We are superimposing many different things on that as the driver is superimposing water on the dry road. This way, if we can analyze, we will understand it is true. That means consciousness, which is the basis, which is there. But unfortunately, we don't find that and we cover. Here, the road, when we are driving, we reach over there, we see there is no water. It happens so fast, so it is okay for us. But in our life, not only our life, life after life, my grandfather, my father, me, my son, grandson, they all will have the same experience. But it takes long time to go beyond. Why? This is a very powerful magic, and that power belongs to God. He wants to bewilder this creation. He has created it. Now our goal is to reach back to God. The river is coming down from the top of the mountain, and we have to go back to the mountain, to the source where the river is generating. So that is why the spiritual journey is so difficult. And in between, God will create different type of delusions. First, He will create different attractions. The people will see the beauties. People will get the smell. People will touch the different things they like. The different way, the 5 different ways, there will constantly, the mind will be taking us to different things. And we are slow. We go and we see and then we touch. Oh my God, we saw the beautiful flowers, so we went and touched. It is not actually that. It was all dry things. It was from the distance, it was beautiful. When you go near, it is not. Again, we have to go back to the main road, the main place, so the time goes. So we are getting the fragrance, we go over there, it is not. And this way, in the whole life, we are going on experiencing, forgetting, again experiencing, forgetting. Then ultimately, the Blessed One will feel it is enough, is enough. We have experienced everything. Now, let me go beyond this. So that is the thing. With the grace of God, in my life, I had the experience of visiting the palaces where the President of India is living, or the Prime Minister's office, and all this. When you go from the outside, oh my God, this is this. So many guards are there, you cannot enter. When you go inside, it is all just like ours. Rooms are there, beds are there, then tables. If the people are not there, that will be a terrible place to stay, because so big rooms, and without the people, you will be a very terrible place. Since so many people are there, you feel okay. But what else? Nothing. Same, only neat and clean and a little bigger, that's all. What else? So if we experience and then analyze, we will find everything is normal and simple. As the poorest of the poor man, he is also laying his head on a pillow and sleeping on a hard bed perhaps. And rich man is also laying his head on a pillow, maybe covered with a costly cloth. That much. Maybe the bed is soft, but if he develops back pain, then the bed will be hard also. Even with the millions of dollars, the hard bed, doctor will advise. Then what then difference? Same. And when both are sleeping, they both forget where they are sleeping. If both can't sleep, whether on a hard bed, on a soft bed, in a small hut or in a palace, if they can't sleep in the night, the same type of mental agony and condition, isn't it? So what actually differences? Understanding. If we understand the thing, then everything is over. That is exactly what the Guru Vasishtha is trying to give us. That knowledge, that understanding. And he is telling, see, everything is nothing but the consciousness. Atman is there. But we can't see that. Rather, things which are not there, we are imagining, and sometimes we are elated and sometimes we are suffering. It is our imagination. Oh, my friend is there, he'll be coming, so I am happy. When he comes close, oh my, no, I made a mistake. The same type of dress he is wearing. This is the person I never like. Same person I imagine as my friend and was happy. Same person I imagine as my foe and unhappy. So each and every experience shows that it is me only. Either I am enjoying or I am suffering because of my thought. So what the Vedantic Guru will say? Guru will say, stop that. Try to go beyond and try to understand. Yadi deham prithakritya chiti visrammatishtasi. In the now 8th chapter, 1st verse, it says, Tada trini krita ashesha swayam eka bhavishyasi. Those who understand the Sanskrit, simple Sanskrit, they will enjoy this, the unique way, the expression. Yadi, if deham prithakritya, you can separate the body sense. I am a male, I am a female, and along with that other epithets are also coming. I am rich, I am poor, I am educated, I am uneducated, I am good looking, I am ugly, all those going on, adding with that body. If we can separate that body and chiti visrammatishtasi, we understand the consciousness beyond this. It's the most beautiful body and most ugly body. Apparently they are different, but inside it is consciousness. The beautiful body will be ugly if the consciousness is not there. So consciousness is the main thing which is present in every body. So separate the body, it is same. It is the body only separating us. And along with the body, different type of social conditions that we have imposed. In the beginning, when all people were same, they were not educated, how they used to live in the same way. There was no dresses, there was no proper food, there was no houses, there was no question of education. Only those who were strong, physically strong and courageous, they used to take the leadership, and slowly the society grew up. We know that. Now what is the difference? We have superimposed. Oh, he is the president. You cannot go near him. The previous day he was an ordinary person. Now the next day he becomes the president. And the moment he is president, these are the protocols, these will be these, that will be that, and everything. Who are imposing? Human society only. Now gold is very costly, particularly for the Indians. I have seen they are so fond of gold. Now suppose it is decided that gold is very dangerous for the human life, because if you are touching the gold, there may be some diseases, etc., etc. Somehow, what will happen? And instead, if you keep a coal with you, then you will get the benefit of these and that. And suppose that is accepted in the society. All people will go on preserving the coal. Coal will become very costly then. Who is deciding? Me. We, human being. We are making this particular object as a very costly, very precious, because of the material is not properly available, because of the glow, because of the color and the beauty. And the other thing also, we are, oh, this is all ordinary. I am considering, so I am the master. And who am I? This body? No. So that's why, so beautifully, in the very first sloka, the Guru Vasishtha is teaching his disciple, Yadi, O Rama, if Deham prithak kritya, if you can separate yourself from your own body, then you will be living only in chiti, consciousness. Chetana, chiti. So you will be taking rest in the consciousness. And what will happen to the body? Tada trini krita ashesha sayam eka bhavishyati. Just as you consider the small blade of grass, it has no value at all. The body will be just like that. Trini krita. Trini means the grass. You are just thinking the body at the grass, and I am that one, the consciousness, which is all pervading everywhere. Look at it. Just that idea. And the moment you realize it, then all the narrowness, all the selfishness, all misunderstanding will go away. And what happens? The great joy comes. I am the maker of this whole thing. So that's why he is telling like that. O Rama, if you can separate through discrimination your real self from your body, which is as worthless as a blade of grass, you will surely realize Brahman. So this is the teaching of the Guru. How to realize Brahman? First, we have to understand what is Brahman. That is consciousness. That much we can say. And about the consciousness, about the Brahman, we cannot say anything. He looks like this, he is like that, he cannot. But somehow giving some of the hints like Sat, Chit, Ananda, Sarupa. It is existence, it is knowledge, it is bliss, eternal. That much they can say. Those who have experienced it, they can say that much. But it is self-experience only. So you have to understand how it is possible. The two things are there, as we have already analyzed. The body and the consciousness. Body we can feel, but after the analysis we understood it is the consciousness only. Almost in the same language and idea, Guru Ashtabakra also used the same instruction for the king Janaka. The Ashtabakra Muni, we know that Ashtabakra Gita, Samhita, there the student was King Janaka and the teacher was Ashtabakra. Teaching almost the same thing. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to tell the same thing to people repeatedly in different groups. Then one person who used to be always with him, personally serving him, one day he said, why you say the same thing everywhere? Sri Ramakrishna said, that is my the wish. I should do that. What is that to you? So the same knowledge you cannot change every day, and every day you cannot do something new. all eternally present, that consciousness. And why so many scriptures? Because the teachers tried in their different way. Sometimes some teacher composed the song to tell the same thing. Shama Ma Ki Amar Kalore. A few days before we observed the Kali Puja. There the song, and that particular person who realized the goddess Kali, after the realization he is asking this question and telling the people the truth through the song, through that lyrics. It begins with a question. Is Mother Shama is black? The image is black, but is she truly? Then going on telling, no, she is sometimes the male, sometimes female, sometimes without form. And sometimes the white color, sometimes yellow color, sometimes red. Any color she can take. That means she is all powerful, every time present, in different form it is present. It is consciousness. In different forms and different names and different times and different places, the same consciousness. That Ashtabakra also telling, almost same language he used, Yadi Deham Prithak Kritva. The Guru Vasishtha is telling to Sri Rama, Yadi Deham Prithak Kritva. Ashtabakra telling the same thing. Chiti Bistramma Tishtati. Chiti Bistramma Tishtati. Both the Gurus are saying the same, the first line. Then the second line, little change, Ashtabakra says, Adhunaiva Sukhi Shanto Baddha Mukta Bhavishyati. Right this moment you will be happy and you will be contained. Adhunaiva Sukhi Shanta. Sukhi means happy. Shanta, contained. There will be no desire at all. Then somebody will come and say, oh, you have purchased this house. Arere, what you have done? Almost in the half money you could get that house. Then, oh, is it? Then I have lost. Then see, I am a fool. I could not. Another problem. You were happy purchasing a house. Somebody came and told something. Immediately you said, no, I am happy. Whatever all around it goes, it is let them go. I am happy with this. That is called contentment. And I don't need all those things. This is sufficient for me. The position, the job, the duties, all the time the people are very unhappy because the constant desire going on. Then sometimes some young people, they come after listening to this talk and they say, Swami, you told to be contented. I am getting a better job offer. Shall I accept that or not? Of course you should. That is not the thing. Practical way, the present day, the job situation, then when we were young, the seniors used to go to the office, and it was a traditional. Father used to work in the same office, then his son joined the same position, same chair, same table the father used. That was the family used to support. It's the same condition. But now the present condition is completely different, hire and fire. So wherever you get the best opportunity, you must get that. But it is for the spiritual life, one must be contained. When you can separate your body from the consciousness. Adhunaiva sukhi shanta bandha mukta bhavishyati. You will be liberated from the bondage in future. So that is Ashtabakra is teaching to Janaka, the king. Now, the Guru that we are now following, the Vasishtha Muni, he is teaching the same teaching to his teacher, student, Sri Rama. Bhagavan Sri Rama Krishna taught the same thing to his student, Vivekananda. When the Vivekananda told that I like to meditate, and sometimes only when for the sake of the body maintenance, I will wake up from the meditation, eat something, drink something, only to maintain the body, and again I like to go into the samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna, he told, oh, what you are talking about? Why on you? I was thinking you will understand the truth. If you can see God by closing your eyes, can't you see God with open eyes? Each and everything that you see is nothing but the consciousness. When you see a person moving, is he not God? Only the image which is inside the temple is God, and that moving person is not God? What type of ignorance is this? Everything is nothing but the same consciousness. If you can find consciousness in that image, you should find consciousness much better way to the moving people. That same Vivekananda, afterwards, he said, my object of worship are those who are illiterate, downtrodden, poor, oppressed. They are my special object of worship. Why? The God is giving me the opportunity to serve. It's God only. I am not going to serve a poor person or hungry person or ill person. I am going to serve the living gods and goddesses. So that is called the realization. This, our physical body, is the main hindrance for the realization of our true nature. We see that which is not existing and cannot see that which is truly is, and that is Maya. In the Bhagavata, is trying to give the definition of Maya. It is very difficult to explain Maya. It is like the consciousness, it is like the Brahman, as no one could give any definition of the Brahman, only some hints were given. Similarly, about the Maya, is very difficult to explain. Shankaracharya very clearly mentioned, Sanna asannat ubhayatmikana, like that. Those who have read the Vivek Chudamani, you know that. In many, I think 4 or 6 lines, he is explaining what is Maya. Swami Vivekananda also in one of his lectures, he said, and this is Maya. Then he will say something else, and this is Maya. Beautifully he delivered. And Maya means every time we experience, then, oh my God, that was that. When a person is showing the magic, he will bring a girl, ask her to lie in what's called the box, cover the box. Then he will ask the assistants to cut just from the center. And all people in the audience, they are thinking, oh my God, why are you cutting the living body? The girl is sitting, lying on that, inside that. But after they separated, they found the girl is as it is. That is called magic. But we are in tension, why he is going to kill that girl? So that is the way we are also thinking that what will happen in this world. So this is the way slowly we have to understand, and that will be our realization. The Atman, which is without any change, and every person is covered, and on that is projected unconscious objects which are not in reality there, is Maya. It says, Bhagavat says, Rite artham yat prati eta na prati eta cha atmani tad vidyat atmano mayam yatha abhasa yatha tama. It says, Rite artham yat prati eta, Atman, which is without any change, and ever present, is covered, and on that is projected unconsciousness, conscious objects. Na prati, yat pratieta, na pratieta cha atmani. That is there, the consciousness is there, the Atman is there, but we don't see that. Rather, on that we cover tad vidyat atmano mayam. We cover that and see something which truly is not there. You know that again we will remember the classical example the Vedantin always they give, that is the rope and the snake. What was there? Rope. And the person, he saw snake. Where from the snake came? From his mind. Where he superimposed that snake? On that rope. Who asked him to do that? No one. That he is creating his own world, and then he is afraid of that, then he is asking for help, and that is Maya. And somebody is sitting somewhere, seeing this, is laughing. Oh, look at that fool. I only kept the rope, and he thought that is a snake, and he is jumping on that. That is called Maya. It is not truly there, but we think it is. That is Bhagavata, it mentioning, and that is Maya. Yatha abhasa, yatha tamaha. It is the abhasa, it is giving the hint. Swami Ishatmananda ji, actually that book we are following, Ishatmananda ji's book, has very nicely explained how to get rid of Maya. It is his suggestion. He is telling the scripture has prescribed 7 steps to get rid of the problem. In India, there are people who are there, very highly educated people, very intelligent people. They used to known as the Pandita. Pandita means those who have realized the Panda. Panda means the Brahman, the Atman. They are very intelligent people, but they used to guide the kings. Now the kings are having different type of problem, particularly the enemies are there. How to handle the enemies, 7 steps. Ishatmananda ji Maharaj is telling that 7 steps can be utilized for our problem also, to solve our problem. Which is our problem? That we are covering the truth and superimposing untruth on that. How to deal with this? Now, what are the 7 steps he is mentioning? Sama, Dana, Bheda, Danda, Chala, Indrajala, Upeksha, Sanskrit words. The Sama means gentle persuasion. The person is opposing you, then you send your friends or your people, they will go and persuade him. Gentle persuasion, Sama. So why you are objecting, this is all right. All the time it goes on. If you go to any, that is called politics. In the politics, these 7 constantly they apply. Any good administration will apply these 7 steps. The Sama. Even in the business world also, the corporate people, they are, when the challenges are coming, immediately there are people, the managers, they will go and try to pursue the opposite people. The Sama means gentle persuasion. Dana, then they will tempt them with the gift. What do you want? This much? I will give you a gift like this and that, etc. Then that is called the Dana, Sama and Dana. Tempting the opposition to bring them to your own idea, Sama, Dana. Bheda. Bheda means creating division among the opposition. So that is the way the Britishers ruled India for 200 years, the Bheda. I don't know whether they read this scripture or not, but divide and rule, that was their main policy. They divided people. The religious group, they divided. Oh, you are a Hindu. Oh, you are a Muslim. Oh, you are a Buddhist. Oh, you are a Sikh. You cannot be friends. Look at them. They are. So by that way, we were together. We were friendly. Then suddenly we start thinking that is true. Why that? So that is called the Bheda. Then Danda. Danda means punishment. If you are going against me, I will punish you. Put you in the jail and this, that. Then the Chala. Chala means deceiving. They'll say, okay, no problem. You come and support me and I will, what you want. This, I will do that. But after he get the support, then he says, oh no, that is not possible. The Chala, that is Indrajala, creating confusion among the opposition. They will create the thorough confusion. When at the time of elections, now it's all the government everywhere, they will be giving the talk and they will be promising to the people, I am going to do this, I am going to do that. And they have the people, they will collect information. Now the general masses, they want this type of thing. So the leaders, they will go and they will promise, I am going to do this, I am going to do that. That's a sort of a Indrajala. Indrajala means magic. and people will be mesmerized by hearing their words. The great leaders means very good speakers. They can move the mind. So like that they will indrajala, but ultimately there will be nothing. And lastly, upeksha. Then whatever the demands are there, oh, go on demanding, I am not listening to you. That's called upeksha. Swami Ishatmananda ji is telling, out of these 7, the last one we can utilize for our spiritual goal. What is that? Maya is there. Maya is creating problem. Maya is dragging my mind to different objects. Forget about that. If you upeksha, if you ignore deliberately, then the Maya won't be able to bind you. So some people are criticizing you. Okay, let them criticize. As Swami Vivekananda said, people used to criticize him, and the people means the Indians. And he was talking about the India, he was introducing India, new India to the world. And some few Indians were there, jealous. They used to criticize him and write against him, etc. When the American friends drew his attention to that, then Swamiji said, you see, look at my personality. Either you have to appreciate or you can criticize, but you cannot ignore me. Look at my personality. So by that way, he was simply ignoring the criticism. So the ignoring upeksha, that this is the beautiful way the Swami is suggesting, the different type of the baddha that we think, we are bound because of the Maya, and if you ignore that, then it is possible. How it is ignoring means, the beauty that is attracting, okay, it may be there, okay, but I am not getting bound by that. The praising, okay, the sound, smell, the taste, the touch, everything, let it be there, I am ignoring. There is a beautiful story, I think we have to conclude by that. After that, a very ordinary person, but he was a great spiritual aspirant. So he made a very humble heart on the bank of a river. He used to be there and taking the name of God, singing the devotional songs. The nearby people, the villagers, they got attracted. They used to go to him, listen to his discourses, to his the religious talks and the songs. Now the landlord of that place, he said, hey, what is it? I am the landlord, I am having money, but people are not coming to me to listen to me. They are going to that wretched one. He is poor, he is not having anything, not even his own house. So somehow we have to do something. No, religious person, a holy person, the character is the main thing. So he then engaged a lady of not good fame and asked her, go to in the night, sit before him and then delude him. And then I will take the people and say, look at it, is this a holy man? So the lady went over there. And that sadhaka understood that. And the lady told, see, I have been asked by my master, the landlord. So I have to do this. I know that it is not a good thing that I am going to do, but still. He said, no, you must follow the instructions of your landlord, but only let me complete the Lord's name, because I chant only 1 lakh name in the whole day, let me complete it. Then whatever you say, I will do. You can also repeat along with me. Then he asked that. The lady also started repeating the name, holy name of the God. And then he was also by that way 1 lakh time. That night passed, it was the morning, the lady had to go away. And next night, 7 nights over like that. Every time he said, oh, I am so sorry, let me complete my, most of the people, they fix a number. The 1000 time I will take the name of God, 10,000 times. Ma Sharadamani Devi suggesting 10,000 times. So like that. After the 7 days, as because she was also repeating the same holy name of the God, and she accepted that person as her guru and told this man is planning to kill you. You please go away from here and let me be here and taking the name of God that I have received from you. So the story says that you can handle, even that monk could handle that problem by upeksha. Oh no, what will happen? Why that man is doing like that? No, don't make the whole thing complicated. Make it simple. Oh, like this, it is okay. Upeksha. You know, friends, there are two goals, as the Hindus they always say. One is abhudaya, another is nistrayasha. The abhudaya and nistrayasha, there are two wonderful, the very balancing way the human society did grow. Abhudaya means worldly prosperity. The first 6 steps they apply for abhudaya, worldly prosperity. The king should apply. There will be oppositions to the king, always so many people around him are all the time thinking when I can become a king, like naturally. So first 6 steps, Sama, Dana, Veda, Danda, Chala, Indrajala, these 6 for the abhudaya. And the last one, nistrayasha. Nistrayasha is spiritual progress. The Indian society, all through, right from the Vedic age, it was balancing abhudaya and nistrayasha. So up to this we will end now, and we will again study how the Vedantin they understand the thing and try to develop this Atma Jnana, the knowledge of the self. Now, before concluding, just try to remember what the Guru is teaching us. The problem is with the body. Why he said the body? Because the body is associated with everything. The name and form, that is the Jagat. Nama, Rupa is this whole universe, and this body is that. But inside the body, that is the consciousness that is proven. Everybody knows that. Now we have to understand that. Now the choice is ours. Shall we go for the body which is going to die, which is going to rot someday, maybe today or maybe 100 years after? Shall we run after that? Or we will go to the consciousness which is eternal. So that is the teaching we learned from the Guru Vasishtha. Thank you, friends. The question?
The first question is from Hare Krishna. He is saying, how can one experience oneself?
Hare Krishna, that is, today, the whole 1 hour, we were discussing that this answer, one has to understand by analysis that there is consciousness, right? You may remember that. The consciousness. And then we discussed about the 3 stages, Jagrat, Sapna, Susupti, the waking stage and the dream stage and dreamless. So consciousness is there. If the consciousness is there, then that is the most important thing. Without the consciousness, this body has no value. So go for the consciousness. When we think in that way, Brahma Jnana is achieved. So this is the way we can realize the Brahman. So thank you, friends, and let us say Shanti 3 times and we conclude. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat.